Patreon was just updated at the moment.
That's okay. I had the update, and it means I can start with the intro. So, it is an age of industry, invention, and progress. We descend on the land of Veridia Majoris, a place that is currently controlled by its government, though not for the lack of trying by the insidious Cogsworth Corporation or Gilded Gears Oil. The Cogsworth Corporation greedily expands its grasp, wanting to extend its reach from the city of Fortuna to begin to control areas in Tickson and Cloudell. However, its patrons and the government have thwarted them at every turn so far. And so, doing something drastic, Francis Cogsworth, the head of the Cogsworth Corporation, after his father's passing, made a gentleman's wager with Gideon Dawkins of the Cartographers Guild. The stakes could not be higher. Should the guild win, 2 billion coins is a handsome payout and would stop Cogsworth's expansions for a time. Yet, if Cogsworth win, they will seize ownership of the guild and all of its assets, giving them the power and grasp across Veridia Majoris they so desire. The aim of the bet? To successfully chart and prove the existence of the fabled and lost land of Shinigan. And with that, we move to the desk of Captain Nik Spires, whom has just received a letter from Gideon Dawkins. Trev, would you like to describe your character, please? And then you can read the letter.
Then I can read that. Okay,
Yeah.
right. Captain Spires, or Captain Nik to some. He is sitting at his desk, reading through whatever this is that he is looking at right now. He is round about 45, approaching 50 perhaps. Very spry for his age. Very well put together still. He's nimble, he's quick on his feet, he's got a quick mind. He's kind of charismatic in an odd sort of roguish sort of way. And he is loyal to his crew, and he demands that loyalty back. Not the sort of person that you want to upset, but everyone that does know him, that gets to be on the side of his trust, does trust him. He has obviously been shipworthy shipbound for a very long time. Knows this ship backwards, knows the skies very, very well, and will defend his crew. Likes to think that he's fair.
Your first mate, Dimitri Vargas, a dark-haired man with broad shoulders, a beard, who cuts an imposing figure, sees your concern as you read it, and he asks you, "Do you need me to ready the crew, Captain?"
Well, how long have I had this, or has this just arrived?
This has not long arrived. It is around 5 p.m. in Cloudell.
Okay. Well, it would appear that our services have been sought. So, by all means, gather the crew. We'll announce it soon.
Okay. He will go and get the crew assembled ready for you on deck. As you read that letter, we are going to have our first roll. Trev, would you like me from what you know of Gideon Dawkins, can you give me an insight roll on what you think Gideon would have been thinking when he wrote this letter?
Okay. Do you want it in the tower, or...?
You can do it public. This is a low ball offer. You know how much the bet is for. The bet is for 2 billion. The amount of money they're offering you, split even between the crew without any kind of ship damage that may come from this, from going there and coming back, supplies, etc. That amount of money that they're offering you is kind of an insult. You could you will probably need to. You can probably barter for more than that, and the fact of they're expecting you to attend a very lavish affair before you leave. You can probably see if they will pay for the outfits for that as well, because that is a lot of money as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next, while you're getting ready to come out and meet your crew, Dimitri shouts for you all to attend on the deck of the ship. So as you all assemble, let's go around and describe your characters and what they look like. So we'll start with Vicky.
I know you're going to come with me first.
Of course.
Well, my character is Lottie. She is a gunslinger. She's quite young. She likes to think she's a bit cool, but she has a companion, a baby fox, who she kind of discovered randomly.
Yes,
and
randomly.
To take control of, yes. Sometimes he helps her with certain things, but he's a little baby. She has a lot of secrets.
What colour is her hair?
She has pink and blue hair.
That's probably your most noticeable
thing.
Yes.
Yes, she's a bit of a girly girl, but she's still cool. She likes guns. Yeah.
Okay. Next. Sorry, go on.
I can't say much else. Not yet.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Jim, if you'd like to describe your character.
So, stomping on the deck is J.D. Stubbs, an absolute monster of a man, standing at 6 foot 8 inches tall and as broad and as powerful as that frame would imply. Most notable thing about him, from elbow to tip of his finger, is prosthetic brass hands. He's got the squarest jaw a man has ever had, and almost no indication that anyone's ever took a lump of it.
Okay, next we'll go to Chris, if you'd like to describe your character.
Yeah, Eddy is quite a young man in his very early 20s. Shaggy brown hair and clothing's a bit of a shambles. Eddy is in a wheelchair, which you'll see him milling around the ship, fixing bits and bobs, always shadowed by his cybernetic dog Benny. Sort of a masterpiece sort of looking dog, helping him with whatever needs doing.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, Curly.
Hello. Barnabus would probably emerge from below the deck, a greasy rag, wiping his old leathery skin. He stands about 5'6". He's not very tall. He's clearly sort of been shrunk and hunched over with age. He has a big white bushy beard that sort of creeps up his face and just around the sides and back of his head, because he's clearly got a big bald spot there on top, which would be shining if it weren't for all the engine grease that he's covered with. And quite noticeably, he's missing an arm, which has been replaced by essentially a bigger Clockwork Steampunk replacement. Which, yeah, he's sort of wearing like a dirty white vest, some leather trousers, and a big belt full of tools, because he's also part of the ship's engineering crew.
Wonderful. Right, and then Dimitri goes, "Captain on deck!" as Nik comes out to see you all.
Hello, my crew. I have an announcement. We are changing course. We will be heading for... One second, while I remember what it is. We're making port at Tickson. It would appear that we have had an offer made to us. Now, this is absolutely voluntary. I will make that clear right from the onset. What we have been asked to do, others have been asked also, but they have all failed. Now, I trust my crew, and I believe that with this offer comes with certainly a large amount of confidence on our behalf from the Cartographers Guild. We have been asked to find Shinnigan. And once I say that, I want to look around at the whole of the crew. I want to pause there very specifically and have a look to see reactions and stuff like that.
Okay, so do you guys wanna do you want to do an insight on your crew, and you tell me who you're looking at specifically, and I'll...
Oh, it's like a glance at like everyone on the main, not specific people per se, just the whole, just everyone, the aura that they're giving off, because they'll be like, there'll be murmurs depending upon what they think, who's murmuring the loudest, that sort of stuff, the whole vibe.
Okay, any of you murmuring?
Can I roll to see whether I recognise the name?
Yeah, you can do, certainly.
Or would you recognise it anyway, being like a ship crew sort of thing?
Well, Eddy's only been on the crew for a couple of months.
Right.
Lottie's been on the crew about 6 months, but she has other reasons why she may have heard of it.
Okay.
And then the others, seasoned veterans, I would say, and may have. So.
Well, while they're deciding, I'll look at Barnabus.
Barnabus, how are you doing about this?
Barnabas's eyes probably shine with like childlike wonder, and you say, "Oh well, that sounds like quite the adventure, Captain. The engines probably need a little tinkering before such a journey."
So he's excited.
And he's just sort of like, he starts like mumbling to himself. He's just thinking, doing calculations. You hear some odd like numbers and probably supplies that he think he'd need. And he just looked back up to the captain after muttering to himself a little and said, "When do we set sail?"
Eddy, you'd be stood next to probably Barnabas, considering you both work together. Eddy, if you want to give me a roll to see if you would know.
What would you like me to roll?
A history check. This place is very mythical. It's been rumoured that a crew did go there, and potentially one person returned. But on a 16, you're not too sure about it, but you've heard that it's mythical and fabled.
Is there a reason why it's fabled in particular? Any rumours of that kind, or is it just that it's a faraway land which...
Faraway land that hasn't been charted.
Yeah.
So, how does Eddy react to that?
Seeing how excited Barnabus is, he probably looks up with a sense of, we're going to talk about this later. But it's as far as he's concerned at the minute, it's a bit of a fairy tale. He wants to see what brings. So there's a bit of a gleam, like, ooh, this is going to be interesting, but it's a fairy tale.
Okay. Anyone else that you look for, Captain?
Not specifically, no. Maybe JD, perhaps, because he's been a member of the crew for a long time.
Yeah, I think as well it's really easy to read his facial expression because he's about head and shoulders above most people. And there's not much there apart from when you mentioned that there's a decent payout. You know, that brief sort of half sort of frown of as he's just weighing up a payday.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay, although he doesn't look at you, Lottie, how are you feeling about this? Because this is, you know.
Well, I think Lottie would probably be wanting to at least try and go there. I mean, everyone likes money, right?
That wouldn't be
she
her...
wants to...
Although that wouldn't be her only motivation, would you be trying to hide that other motivation from your captain? The one that Barnabus...
yes.
Okay.
I think she...
Are you... Captain, have you directly looked at her at any point?
No, not at this moment. No, I'm not specifically looking for stuff like that. No.
You're so Vicky for now. But Barnabus, would you give Lottie a side glance, knowing what you know?
I think at this point Barnabus is very much caught up in the moment of like what a fantastic adventure this could be. Like this, I mean, even at his age, potentially like one last hurrah, you know. I think not for now. If anything, he might be muttering to Eddy like, "Oh, there's work to be done, boy. There's work to be done."
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is very early days. We have not agreed to take on this task, this undertaking, as of yet. Now, I know that many of you will have your own concerns as to how to proceed. What with pay and danger, perhaps. Now, it will take us a few days to get to Tickson. I want you all to think about this.
It'd probably take you about 6 hours, so it'd probably be that you'd be travelling during the night. Maybe a bit longer depending on the travel, so it'd be 6 to 8 hours to take.
Ah, right, okay. Right.
So probably while you're all asleep, you'll be travelling there and get there in time for breakfast in the morning.
Right, okay. Well, we will be at Tickson momentarily, so have a think. Do not need to give me an answer immediately right now, unless of course you want to. And I'll look at Barnabus with his with that gleam in his eye, he's practically rubbing his hands together about what he can be doing and all that sort of stuff. So, however, talk amongst yourselves, and if there is any questions.
The old doctor raises his hands.
Mr. Dark.
Yes. If we were to choose to disembark, because my wife and I, we're thinking of retiring now. I think it's a good point in our lives. And she nods to him. Millie's done a wonderful job taking over from my darling wife Mary, and I think it's time.
I'll not lie to you, Doc. I think everyone here would miss you. But
I will miss you all.
You are, as you say, it is close to that time for your retirement. So, I think that under the circumstances, there's absolutely no problems from anyone on this ship. In fact, I think the people here would like to give you a good old send-off. Perhaps, and I'll just look at everybody and say, do you all feel like you'd want to give the Doc a good send-off?
There's some people cheering.
Yeah.
Hurrah, for sure, yeah.
Some people, you can see some of your crew are thinking about whether or not they want to follow suit. So you may have a few departers in Tickson that may not want to make a big show of it, but the Doc and his wife Mary have been there quite a while, so it makes sense for them, but others may leave.
Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, think about it. Let me know. Because if you do want to disembark, then I will obviously need to change and get some replacements for you. But don't worry, there is no ill will. You've been a mighty fine crew so far. It would be a shame to lose any one of you. But I do understand. Traveling into the unknown is not for everyone. But if you do decide to stay, I can guarantee when we get back, the Doc and Mrs. Doc would not be the only ones that would be able to retire.
Millie raises her hand and says, "Do you get to make a big cake?"
You'll just smile. I think we'll all be disappointed without one, Millie.
And no, Stubbs, there won't be a girl coming out of it.
I think they'll be disappointed in that too.
Oh, what can I say? Didn't think we had one in cargo anyway.
Right, now, this ship ain't going to fly itself, so everybody get back to work. And it'll just disband, and I'll just stand on the deck, and I'll sort of catch Barnabus's eye, and I'll just like a gesture for him to come through into the captain's quarters. I'll also do the same to John E, me quartermaster.
Okay, yeah. He will follow you in as well. John Edward Styles Ledger.
Yes.
Bit of pep in his step. Barnabus will be right there.
Right. Once they come in, I'll just close the door, and I'll just say to them, "So, what do you think about this proposition?" And I'll just hand over the letter. I'll read it out if you want us to read it out.
You can read it out if you want, because the others haven't seen it, unless you just want me to post it so they can read it.
It's fine. I'll read it out. No metagaming, that's the thing. So it says, "Dear Captain Nicholas Spires, I, Gideon of the Cartographers Guild, would like to extend an offer to you and your crew to chart the unknown continent of Shinnigan. As you know, the Cogsworth have made sure that our wager regarding charting the unknown land is well published in the papers. If we are successful, then the Cogsworth will stop trying to extend their reach from Fortuna. Recently, they have been trying to buy businesses in Tickson and have not been successful. We are worried what will happen if they begin having a foothold. We do not want our continent to become an extension of Fortuna. If we lose, then they will get the Cartographers Guild. Now, we are offering you £2 million credits, whatever the currency is. for the expedition to share with a full crew of 30 people. We will meet you at the Tickson branch of the Cartographers Guild to discuss the terms. Let us know your decision when we meet, and any requests you have. We will have ours also. As this is a great expedition, this is highly publicised. There will be a ball 8 days from now in the Cloudell branch of the Cartographers Guild to celebrate your voyage. Yours sincerely, Gideon Dawkins. Gideon Dawkins is the guy in the Cartographers Guild that we get our assignments from. Just so you know.
Oh, Kelly's character knows him. Don't
She's
you?
not, yeah.
No, but knows
Oh,
that
Kelly's character. Oh, okay.
Kelly's character.
Okay.
You know him because Barnabus. What does Gideon think of your character and your past with his missus?
Oh,
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Gideon's not a fan of Barnabas, but, you know, Barnabas has no ill will to the man, you know.
Now, aside from that incredibly low offer,
That wouldn't even cover the crew's wages, let alone repairs and anything Barnabas needs to get everything up and running. We'd also need food, and that's not enough money.
And it's pretty well known how big that bucket of brass is that they're putting on this venture.
Exactly, 2
in
billion,
the
and we're getting
billions.
oh, I absolutely understand that they will not be letting us go for that. I will make sure. Plus, Barnabas, in the time that we have before we arrive, why don't you make a shopping list that's to see if they can fulfill on our behalf?
I'll get right on it, Captain.
Shall I get Millie to do the same for what food we would need?
Kick.
Where did that come
yes.
from?
Yes, of course. Plus, anything that we probably won't need, but would be good to have.
I'll mention to the crew if they have any requests to send me them post haste.
Only those that are going to stay, of course.
Of course.
Right. Have you any of your thoughts on this? And that was like directed more to Barnabas.
I think in all my years, Captain, this is, well, maybe what I've been waiting for. And, I mean, if it lets us get one over on those damn blasted Cogsworths, then it's just a bonus.
That would be something, wouldn't it? I'll just smile. Virgin Land. Well, maybe not the first, but I've got no intention of dying there, or losing my mind, or anything along those sorts of lines. So why don't we come up with some sort of plan once we get all of the info in? And I'll be honest, I'm going to see exactly how much I can get of those cartographer thugs. All up front, of course.
With all that could be discovered there. And he goes into his little sort of muttering again. He's just the.
Is
he's
it kind
just
of like his mind
milling
palace?
it all over? Yeah. Yeah.
Known Barnabas for as long as I have, I would just leave him to it. Once he's done, he'll eventually start doing what he's supposed to be doing, and I would just leave him.
He'll pace your quarters a little bit. He'd probably be like looking out of a window and just sort of like towards the horizon and snap out of it and go, oh, well, no time like the present, I guess.
Yes.
I'll get right on that list, Captain.
I will get the other lists, Captain.
Okay, I'll just nod and leave him to it.
Okay. And while you were doing that, Eddy, Stubbs, Lottie, what were you all doing?
Well, the captain said to get back to work, so that's what I'm going to do. Get everyone back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the captain said, we've got to get back to work and start helping and plotting.
Eddie's going to go back to the engineering bay in the engine room, and just start tinkering with things and seeing, just to keep himself busy.
Okay.
Doing the bit of maintenance that he's doing and that he's been putting off forever. The Barnabus keeps pestering him about and.
So, Borson, what will you be having Lottie do?
Well, Lottie needs to be up in the crow's nest. Go on, get up there.
You go with Sonia
Alright.
up into the crow's nest to keep an eye out on the horizon, Lottie. Well, and she, Sonia turns to you and says, "What do you think?"
I think it's pretty awesome, to be honest.
I do as well. I can't wait to see.
I'm excited.
I am as well.
Who knows what we might find?
I know. Who knows if there's new animals and stuff, or new food? Oh, Millie's gonna be so happy. Oh no. And then there'll be what JD does while he's there. Oh well. And you two have a gully chat up there. Is there anything any of you want to do before we go to the next day?
When Barnabus returns to the engineering, Eddie would like to speak to him about what exactly Shinnigan is and what he's heard.
I think it wouldn't be long until he met you back down there, and yeah, I mean, he'd just regale you with, I guess, some old sailors' tales of this lost land. Essentially, I guess what do we know about it? What can I tell?
So there was tellings that there was a sailor that may have returned from there, but he'd lost his mind when he did come back. Which one was it? In Dorica, there's Captain Rufus Daly. He resides there. It's known that he may have gotten there, but when he came back, his brain wasn't right. The other tales you've heard is like there's mythical beasts and there's a whole world to discover there, and it's all very exciting and people really want to chart it, but there's ships haven't come back from there when they have gone there. Some think it's due to not having enough resources, people didn't plan enough ahead. There's a lot of things that's been said about it, but just that it's full of wonder and people really want to know what Shinnigan is.
The unknown, young Smithson. The greatest adventure of any sailor.
Well, we know what the unknown is. What do you have planned for us to get there?
Well, I mean, work to be done as always, boy. Have you replaced those valves on the left engine?
why don't you go check it and see what has been done?
I will do that straight away. Let's go have a look at his work.
He says with a really cheeky grin on his face.
What has Eddy done?
He's fixed them.
He has fixed it. Okay.
Not too shabby, boy. Not too shabby at all.
See, I said I'd get to them eventually.
Well, a fine job you've done.
Thanks.
Our work is just beginning. The captain has tasked us with making a list of supplies we'll need. We should probably get replacement parts, more engine grease, fuel, and he's going to go back to murmuring just a whole bunch of stuff and ask Eddy essentially like to check what stocks we've got, you know.
And as Barnabus is rattling off this stuff, he'll interject with things and that he's forgetting, or how about a modification to the engine to make it run a bit more efficiently?
Perhaps, yes.
The gunnery chief, Brandon Carlton, comes over. Gentlemen, quartermasters let me know. I was wondering, is there anything you can potentially do for, like, the cannons and stuff? If we can improve them, maybe.
With that, Eddy's eyes shine, and he's like, "Oh boy, have I got plans!"
Knew I could count on you, Eddy.
Well, someone has to.
And he'll leave you two thinking of that. Right. Is there anything any of you do before the next day in arriving in Tickson? No? Okay. So, we begin the next day in the industrial city of Tickson. We move through bustling streets and enter the Cartographers Guild. A beautiful building of glass, brick, and iron. Inside, we enter Bethany Barton's office. Bethany is a fiery-haired 30-year-old woman who is very assertive. Across from her sits a young girl, early 20s, with ginger hair to her shoulders and blue eyes. Next to her, Joplin, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. Probably a similar age to Eddy. He's in his early 20s. He'll be stood, quite well dressed, with a waistcoat over his shirt, and like a coat over the top of that. He's got a little cap with some goggles on top, and he'll be just carrying a load of scrolls. Looks like possibly maps. He's got a notebook clutched to his side as well, with just loads of what looks like scrap paper just jammed inside the notebook, and he'll just be stood with Bethany, just waiting.
So she's called you in for a different reason. So, Clara, Oswald, please take a seat. Okay, so there is a mission in which we will need to send at least one cartographer to chart the uncharted lands of Shinigan. My recommendation is to take 2 to account for sickness and anything else that has happened. You two are my brightest stars here. Don't let it go to your head, Oswald. There is a considerable amount of money involved. But when you consider ship repairs and other things, we'll see what happens. But there's a captain of the vessel who's coming in to see the Dawkinses and myself later. It is a long way to go, but there will be monetary rewards, and it would get you out of Veridia Majoris. And she looks at Clara when she says about get you out of Veridia Majoris for a while. However, and then she turns and looks at you, there is money on the table. How are you both feeling about this? Because it's the unknown.
I'm ready to go. Moment's notice. I'll get my stuff packed.
The captain may want to meet you both before that. Clara kind of plays with her hands and goes, If they can only take one, I know how hard Oswald works, and it should be him. If he needs the money, and if they can take two, it'd be great. On your recommendation. And she just gives like a sweet smile and was kind of like, okay, I will reach out to my contacts on the Nimbus when it docks. And see, well, I will request that they meet you both. Hopefully they take you both. I will suggest, if they wish, for my impartial opinion, any questions about this, because this is a long trip.
No questions from me. Just, I'll be ready if they want me.
Kara just nods. I can be ready if they're able to take two. Okay, well, good luck to you both. Oswald, can you give me an insight into Clara's demeanor when she was looked at about the getting away from Veridia part?
So,
You're not quite sure what it is. You notice that there's a shift. Like, you notice that that part is the bit that resonated with her, but you don't know why. You can't get a bead on it. On a 9. So does Oswald just immediately go upstairs in the cartographer's guild and starts packing ready?
yeah,
Yeah.
just getting whatever. Like, he wouldn't even be being careful about what he's grabbing or really thinking it through. He'll just grab whatever suitcase he can find and just grabbing anything and just shoving it in.
Does he write?
Thinking he's got to hurry, like he's got to be there first. He's got to be quick.
Does he write a letter or anything for his parents?
Not right now, but he probably would if he gets accepted onto the expedition.
Okay. Then we will move to the Tickson Skyport, where you all dock. It is early morning, which I'm aware that JD will be up doing his morning workout with Brandon Carlton.
Yep, got to keep fit somehow, so let's lift some cannons.
You two do that, and once you are docked, we'll start with Captain. Who are you going to take with you to this meeting at the Cartographer's Guild? Captain?
The captain gone?
The captain is muted.
I was muted. Oh, you should have heard us. I was singing and dancing. I had this massive thing done. Oh, the
Well, I'm
moment's
very
passed.
disappointed.
Right. I am going to take. I will take Dimitri.
Okay.
I'm also going to take JD. I think.
Okay, so one that's okay it is quite good in one stat and one that's quite good in another. Interesting.
Hmm.
Can you guess what JD's good at?
I'll go with them at the minute, but I'll talk to Barnabus as well, and I'll just basically ask him, Barney, are you wanting to come to this thing? Are you happy staying behind here? And I'll just take whatever list that he had off him.
Barnabas, you know that if you were to go, things will go badly because you are not liked by this man. That they are going to meet to try and get more money off.
It is probably for the best that I don't follow you, Captain, unless you really do require it. Of course, I would not say no to you. But yes,
I had a funny feeling about that. But, you've got just as much stake in this as I do. So the offer was there, my friend.
I believe that you will do what you need to do for the crew and acquire what's on this list and see about that reward money. I'm sure you'll get things done, as you do.
When you woke up in the morning, when you went to your office, there was a number of lists. You had a very long list from Millie. You had a list from John. Of course, you had a list from Barnabus and Eddie with little ads on from Brandon. JD, would you have done a list at all of anything you think that you would need?
No, I don't think so. I don't think JD's particularly the logistician type.
Okay. And Lottie, considering you're up in the crow's nest, probably not so much for you either. So
Probably not, no.
So you've got your lists of many things. The doc also, even though he's departing, is giving you a lot of medical things that would probably be needed, but he said you put a note saying may need to ask your next doctor for recommendations as well.
I'll ignore that particular sentence because the doc has been the doc for ages, and whatever he says that we would need, I would just go with, because I know he's extremely competent, and that would be fine. So whatever's on the doc's list is what we would go with.
Barnabus, you would know that there's potentially a doctor that you could ask to join, but you may need Stubbs' help at some point. Or Eddy's. Or both. Depending how much you're wanting to win her over, but Stubbs is probably your best bet, from what you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can mention it to the captain before he leaves and sort of say we organise when he gets back, and obviously we're going to be going out, into the city for this send-off for the doctor. Maybe we can also look for these extra crew members while we're here in Tickson. But yeah, I'll just say potentially somebody in mind that could help.
Definitely just go for it. Yeah, definitely go for it. Make plans, meet whatever it would be.
Millie mentions, why not meet at the Lazy Koala? It's always a good place to drink. It's not as hitey-toity as some places.
I think Lottie would agree with that idea.
I think Stubbs would agree with that idea as well. And probably Eddie as well, right? Eddie? Yeah. Yeah. Stubbs hearing the Lazy Koala is a place to meet. What?
Yeah. Oh, good. Know the way.
Millie, what is it? Sonia just give you a wink when you say that, knowing what she knows.
Oi, ice yourself.
Yes, bosun. And so you're taking Stubbs and Dimitri with you.
Yeah.
And the others, are you just gonna all head for breakfast, or are you gonna start trying to have a look for some people who might be able to join you?
Don't you worry, Captain.
Not gone.
We'll make sure the ship is shipshape, and we'll meet you in Tickson.
Millie and Sonia come over to Eddie, Barnabus, and Lottie and say, we could go to breakfast at the Lazy Koala and have like a big breakfast that I do not have to cook.
I think she deserves that. She's making all those amazing cakes. Why not?
What I'll do, I'll give Barnabus some cash, some revenue, to get everybody that breakfast, on the ship.
Millie knows she has to do this up, so she opens her arms and says, "I kind of want to give you a hug, Captain, because it means I don't have to cook. Can I give you a hug?" She gives you a big smile.
Maybe another time.
Fine.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, though.
Sonia whispers in your ear, JD, "Behave when we're in Lazy Quella."
I'm always behaved. You'd better behave. If I hear you've been causing a ruckus, there's going to be hell to pay.
Me cause a ruckus in the Lazy Quella? No, it's you upstairs in the Lazy Quella that causes a ruckus.
Oh, shut your trap.
And she just giggles.
Also approaching JD, I'd say, if you could, Mr. Stubbs, rouse the rabble when they're ready. Breakfast on the captain.
What? Is it a cold day in hell?
I'll just shake a pouch of whatever he's given me. Just say, cold somewhere at least.
Millie says, Stubbs is going with Captain, so he doesn't get the breakfast. Are we all going for breakfast first, Captain?
You can enjoy breakfast without us for the moment, but as Mr. Stubbs has said, stay out of trouble.
We will.
Oh, and save us some bacon, would you?
Sonia, I don't share bacon, you know this. You can have my black pudding, but you're not having my bacon.
Guess I'll take what I can get. Right, be behaved. Go on.
Right, so we'll start with Captain Stubbs and Dimitri. You make your way to the Cartographer's Guild. You pass a very excitable and very prepared young man. Oswald, do you say anything as you see this trio pass?
Would I know them as members of the crew of the Nimbus?
You would know Stubbs definitely as a member of the crew of the Nimbus. You've seen him in Bethany's office before. And you may have heard unwanted noises when he's visited her.
Well, knowing this is the crew of the ship that I'm hoping to join, as I see them, I probably wouldn't say anything, but I would just straighten my back up a bit, sort of puff my chest out a little bit more, and just sort of try and have a bit more gravitas about himself, I suppose.
As we sort of pass Oswald, having just, done that, just leaning into me, say, "Here, did you beef as you passed that kid?"
Who are you saying that to?
Dimitri.
All right.
No, I thought you did.
If I did, he wouldn't be standing, mate.
Same Captain, maybe?
And I'll just look at him.
No,
I won't say I'll
Captain.
just look at him.
Not Captain. As you make your way, you are greeted by Bethany first. Gentlemen, nice to see you all. And give you a slight look, Stubbs, but not for too long.
I'm stood behind the captain because obviously he's front and center. So
Yeah.
knowing that there's no one else really looking, I just give her a quick wink.
Miss Barton.
Yes. Would you like to come this way? The Dawkinses are ready, and thank you for not bringing Barnabus.
I do understand that may have been problematic. However, he may come at some point in the future, so don't get used to him not being around.
That's okay. Hopefully it'll be myself and Christian helping you after the Dawkinses have departed for a Cloud Owl. It's always a little stressful when they're here. Can I have a sidebar with you both before, with you three before going in?
Of course.
I noticed that your crew's short a cartographer, and as it's part of the cartographers guilds, my recommendation, and I will be putting this across in the meeting, just so you're not blindsided, is to potentially take 2, just in case there's any sickness or anything. I do have 2 of my brightest stars who I've told in advance about this, just in case you were to agree to this. They are both eagerly waiting to hear if they can.
One of them wouldn't be a young man that's just out there that likes to pretend that he smelled something bad and hold his breath, perhaps.
Oswald. Yes, Oswald is one of them. I think he might be trying to look more manly in the face of you 3.
He needs a bit of work on that.
He does. I do think adventure would do him the good.
Well, that remains to be seen. But I do appreciate the early warning of this, so thank you, Miss Barton.
You are welcome. And she stands at the door. She opens the door and lets you all in. I assume that JD is the last one who goes into the meeting room.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going in rank and file, effectively.
She gives you a wink at the door that the others wouldn't clock because of how she's standing as you go in.
Eyebrow for a moment.
What was that? Sorry, Jim?
Just raised my eyebrow for a moment. Like, time.
Hey, you started it. And you all head in. Ah, the crew of the Nimbus. Bethany highly recommended you for such an expedition. I'm glad you came.
Oh, it's good to know that our exploits and efforts are recognized.
Well, you have worked for us in the past, and I know that you have been working with Bethany for some time.
Who's this?
This is Gideon Dawkins, sorry.
Right, okay.
Gideon's speaking first.
Yeah.
His wife is very quiet and noticing. You can tell that she's looking at each of you in turn. With how the previous dealings that you've done with her, Nik, you'd know she was looking to see if Barnabus came and notices he's not there.
Is she disappointed at that?
A little, yeah.
Right, okay.
A little, but he can't see because he's too busy talking.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here. He continues. We understand. We have one humble request, if we may, and then he nods to Bethany, who gives you a look. You already know this. We understand that you do not have a cartographer on board the ship. My recommendation as part of the expedition is to take 2 from our guild with you, but we understand if you only wish to take 1. I have 2 people in mind. If you would like to interview them first, I understand. They are 2 excellent cartographers, bright and eager to help. I think it would do them both a world of good to actually see the world rather than from musty books. They have gone out on small expeditions through Veridia Majoris and to see Veridia Majoris, the prison, and come back just for a little bit of life experience.
I'll just
What do you
stand
think?
with my arms crossed, right, while he's saying all this.
This is Bethany saying that bit, and then Gideon turns to you and say, "What do you think?"
Well, first of all, I appreciate getting down to business straight away. I always like that about you, Mr. Dawkins, and I'll give Victoria a sort of a nod. Mrs. Dawkins, a pleasure as always. But I am running a sky ship. I'm not running a nursery or a pleasure cruise to ferry or train people around. This is my ship, and when they're on my ship and they are part of my crew, they work, and recommendations only go so far. So yes, absolutely, I will be interviewing both. However, if I choose not to take either, would this be a problem?
Well, you will need to take a card. You will need to have a cartographer to help chart, because that is part of the expedition. Is it needs to be charted.
That's all fair enough, but if either of these two that you recommend don't live up to my expectations, then we may have a problem.
Bethany goes, I'm in charge of training the cartographers here, and these two excel exceptionally.
Please don't misunderstand, Miss Barton.
know.
It's not your training that is in question here. I have absolute confidence that you will train them to your best ability, and they are, most likely, because of your tutelage, excellent cartographers. However, the skies is not for everyone.
I'm aware of that. They have done smaller expeditions. They have worked on the ships while doing those expeditions as well. So they haven't just done cartography, they have swabbed the deck if they've needed to, help with meal prep. Anything that they are asked by their bosun or first mate, captain, they are both willing to do what it takes, I believe.
Well, willing is all well and good. That certainly is half of the equation. Required to is the other. Would they do what is required, even when they're not willing? This is what I need to find out. So yes, I will be talking to both. Now, in light of this, the additional crew members that you seem to be thrusting upon me, there are other things to talk of before we even get that far.
He nods. Okay, what would you like to request? Do you have the lists?
I do have lists, but before I give that lists over, it says, I'll just say it. So in your communication, you said that we would be recompensed for various upgrades and things that were needed, that were not discussed. That is correct, yes?
Yes.
Right. Now, that certainly is a good start. Now, the monetary value of what was offered, and let me be quite plain, so there's no confusion, that is awfully low.
Well, we were hoping to get you in to discuss that and see what number you present.
Based on what is known about Shinnigan. Obviously, not a lot. Roughly kind of where it is, but nobody comes back. How long would it take to get there? How long would it take to get back?
You would have to
time-wise, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
You're not too sure. You do know that there's someone in Dorica that you might be able to try and ask these questions from, who may have returned back from there, but you had it's known that he's gone mad.
Yeah, but we've got a rough sort of idea where it is, because there'll be a point where you just don't go past, because that Shennigan is supposed to be that way. Right, so it would be like to there. So rough ideas, days, weeks, months, however long.
At least a week from Cloudel's journey, maybe longer. You're not too sure how long it would take. But at least a week, at most maybe a month. Travel.
Right, okay. So, the dealings that I've had with these in the past, right, on a standard sort of run, I suppose that you would want to call it. So on a standard run, right, which I imagine wouldn't be any longer than a week, right? How does that figure compare to what I would have been paid for a standard sort of run?
It depends who the run was for. If it was for them and it was for, say, supplies, it might be, say it was to, let me think, to reassemble back. But say it was to reassemble back, that would probably get you something like between 500 and 700,000, depending on who the client was. So,
okay.
So however,
it's all right. I just needed a comparison, that's all.
Yeah, this is a lot longer trip.
Yes. All right. So, well, that opening offer that you made, as I have said, is low. However, if you put a 5 after that too, then we're getting in the right sort of area.
Stubbs, do you want to add anything into this, or Captain, give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion. I am not good at persuasions, even though I'm the captain.
Do you know what?
I am not that way.
Do you know what's funny? Dimitri is.
Yes, that's why I brought him.
And for intimidation, Stubbs isn't bad.
I'm fairly good at that myself.
So
as well. So so Dimitri is my negotiator, so to speak. I've got to figure right. So
I feel this is only fair, considering the crew, the fact that due to the fact you want us to go to Shinnigan, we're going to have to replace members of the crew. We have some crew that are departing because of how dangerous Shinnigan can be. We've all heard the stories, and a lot of ships haven't come back. There's also the fact that you're wanting us to tend a ball, which means we need to get garments, which I feel should be compensated fairly for if we're having to attend this because of certain things. Let's call this the Cogsworth equation. There's supplies, which it gives you a look to see if you're going to say about what supplies you need. Yeah. And
when he says supplies, I will have the paper in my hand. I won't hand it over yet. I will just have the papers in my hand.
Okay.
And seeing as we're sort of chipping in, I'll just lean over and say, and that's just issue 1.
Now, this may seem somewhat unfair from your point of view, especially coming from all of this would obviously be paid up front, well, the most of it, especially what's on this paper here. However, I do understand what you will get when we succeed, and I say when we succeed. This is nothing compared to that. Loose change.
He begins to mull. It's up to you. You and Dimitri can roll, or you can give Dimitri advantage on the roll.
What's his?
He gets a +9 to
Oh,
persuasion.
absolutely, you can have advantage.
Just had to check.
Oh! Wow.
Not great. Not bad. He needs some further convincing. He's thinking about what you're saying. Bethany goes, I do believe what they're saying is correct.
Here's another way to look at it. Okay. The Cogsworth has, as you have said in your communique, has made this all very public, and hence the ball and all of that, those sorts of things. So eyes will be on you and us. And should they suspect that you are shortchanging an expedition this way, I cannot see how you would get anyone else to go through with this again. So this may very well be your only chance to win.
Yeah, it's a good point, Captain. I mean, it would be a real shame if people were to start learning that you're cheapskates about this whole.
I'll sort of like turn to JD. I'll just turn my head, right? And the side of my face that's facing him will get like a bit of a smile. Just the corner of the corner.
And like, just as I sort of say that, I sort of see what he's doing. I just sort of step forward and sort of loom over them. It would be really unfortunate, wouldn't it?
Give me an intimidation check, please.
Okay.
Would you be getting advantage of this with this?
You haven't really done anything to make it that intimidating as he has. If you want to, you can add something to it.
Could I do something to possibly give myself advantage on it? Which might sound a bit cheeky, but as I sort of just loom over, because they're sat on the desk, aren't they? I just rest my hands on the desk, and I know I've got like pneumatically powered brass hands, but like, almost accidentally activate my white phosphorus canister, so they just slightly starts to melt the desk.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And I'll
I'll
then put me. I'll then put me. I'll then put my hand on Barnabus's shoulder.
Barnabus?
And go. On Stubbs' shoulder, and say, "I'm sure they understand the ramifications." And
you do.
Do you
try and do
it
that
you
way.
understand the ramification?
The fact
And let's
that
try. Hutta!
Okay, better.
I mean, 70's better.
It is better. He's thinking over what you're saying, and Dimitri adds, and also, we know what the Cogsworths are like if they come after us during this expedition. We are gonna need guns and other things to protect ourselves and protect your investments.
And that is an excellent point, Dimitri. And then I'll just slowly turn my head back to the room.
I will let him have another chance, and are you wanting to try and add advantage to this, Captain?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just with that, that is an excellent point. It would do no one any good if we were waylaid. Even got started.
Okay. Much better. Okay. Give me your requests. On a 27, you get what you want.
Awesome. That's 25 million and everything on the list.
You hand those over, you're going to get... So, you will be told that if you go to Refined Couture, they will be the ones to help you with your outfits for the ball in a week's time. You are going to get everything on your list for the 27. And he will draw up the contract, change the number, quickly get it rewritten up. All you have to do is sign on the dotted line.
I will have a look through.
Okay.
And I will have a read through just to make sure that there's nothing weird and untoward. Nothing like some sort of like weird sort of loophole that they can get out of paying. You know, them sorts of things. Any other clauses that they haven't verbally told us that are in there, that sort of stuff.
They are not responsible for any sickness or death caused by this expedition.
Yeah, I guess that would be in there.
Yeah, that one's in there.
Yeah.
So apart from that, it's all pretty standard.
Right. Okay. I will sign on the dotted line.
Okay. Gideon will also sign. Bethany will sign as witness 1. So who do you want to sign as a witness for your side as well? Do you want to pick Stubbs or Dimitri?
Dimitri.
Dimitri. Okay, Dimitri signs. Bethany, wonderful. Would you like me to get the 2 cartographers ready for you? For you to interview?
No time like the present.
Okay. Will you be having the other 2 with you? You can use my office.
That's very kind of you, ma'am. Thank you.
So, will you be wanting Stubbs?
Yes. So, yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Dimitri? Okay, right. Okay, you are taken to her office. You get to sit behind her desk. She will bring in person number 1, Oswald. Before you go through Oswald, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm all packed,
Okay.
ready to go.
Okay, this is your chance. It's an interview first. Okay?
I'll just sort of like put all of the stuff that I've just got like holding ready to leave. I'll just put them down, sort of like dust myself off, like just try and get out any creases in my shirt, straighten myself back up, sort my hair, and then
Don't do the puff out chest thing. They thought that you smelt a fart or something.
Right. Okay.
Okay. They need to know that
Ready.
you're willing to do any extra jobs as well.
Oh,
so
yeah,
okay.
of course.
Right, ready? Okay.
Ready.
Hi. Opens the door. Gentlemen, this is Oswald Hayward.
I'll sort of just
He'll close the door.
look everyone over and kind of nod with a smile.
Take a seat. I will wait outside.
All right, with a complete stone, unemotional face, Nik will just say, "Why do you deserve to be on my crew?" And just look. And right next to us, you'll have JD, right, with his metal arms and such, right, and then you've got Dimitri on the other side. Dimitri's he's far softer. He's got a softer approach than Stubbs, a softer look. Right, these are like complete different ends of the spectrum, and then you've got the captain in the middle.
Go on.
Well, sir, I'm an excellent navigator.
Captain.
Captain. Sorry, Captain. I'm an excellent navigator. Could do all sorts of odds and ends, whatever job's needed. Scrub the decks, scrub the ship. I can help with engine repairs, help the engineers. Whatever it is you need, I can help fight. I've got loads of little gadgets and trinkets that I can use if things go sour when we land. But mostly I'll make sure the ship stays steady. Plus,
Go on.
I'm cheap. I don't eat a massive amount. There'll be plenty of supplies for others. And I work around the clock. I don't get sick.
Now that is a bold statement. I want to insight all of that. I want to know. I want to know what is bravado, what is exaggeration, what is just made up, right? And how he is kind of feeling at the present. Do you want these in the tower, or public?
I'm happy for you both to roll public. I'm happy for you both to roll public, because this is fun. Go ahead.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure how much of this... You're not right.
So what I would say then, from the way Oswald's putting himself out, he seems to fully believe everything he's saying, but there is sort of a desperation to it. It doesn't seem like he is actually exaggerating anything that he said. He will be willing to get down and scrub the shit and do whatever job's needed, and probably doesn't take sick days or whatever, but it's probably not necessarily because he doesn't get sick, but more so that he works through it regardless.
Right, okay. How is he feeling? Because you said that he's how did you just put it? It was
The desperation? Maybe?
Yeah, the desperation part. Where does is it desperation to go on? Is he like
yeah? It's right. Almost like he's like raring to go, and he's just waiting for you to say yes. Like it's not even crossed his mind that no would be an option.
Right, okay.
When you passed him, you might have noticed as you walked past that he had a bag packed next to him.
Right, okay. Fair enough. Right. Tell me, Oswald, how long ago were you told that this expedition was going on, and when you were asked or chosen to go?
Earlier today, maybe an hour or two ago.
Good to know. I will turn to Dimitri, and I'll just raise my eyebrow to him, which is my way of asking him, what do you think? Or would you like a question?
Now, what do you know of our crew?
I sort of...
I
was going to say just a quick side glance to because JD's there, yeah?
Yeah.
Quick side glance to JD, then immediately look down.
just sort of staring at you.
You'd also, because you've done odd jobs from the Guild of Innovative Science, you'd also know Barnabus is quite an inventor and was let go not for good reasons.
Yeah, yeah. Side glance, just quickly, like
Barnabus is
for a very brief second, would look at JD, immediately look down, realizing that he's fully glaring at him, and the sort of caught eyes there. He'd look away, and he'd not a huge amount, just what I've heard on the grapevine. I know of some of your crew, like Barnabus. I've heard he's an excellent inventor, engineer. I would actually like to speak with him, show him some of my trinkets and gadgets as well. I think, are you currently riding with Eddy Smithson?
Yes.
I met him a while ago. I've crossed paths with him before.
It gives
What?
you, Dimitri gives you an eyebrow back.
But
Okay.
obviously, Captain, I've heard of your reputation as an excellent captain.
As cliche as it may seem, the captain is only as good as his crew. Now, you as an addition, would you be detrimental to my crew, boy?
Not at all. I'll be quiet as a mouse. Just whatever needs doing, I'll be there doing it before you even know. I'll make sure the ship is clean at all times, that we're always on course, and when the shit hits the fan, I'll be there with my sword in hand.
Well, it's good to know that you can take care of yourself. Now, how are you with keeping the backs of others? Being part of my crew, think of it as a big family. Now, we don't always see eye to eye. There's bloody noses. But they're kept to a minimum. Every family has its troubles. But at the end of the day, we've always got our own backs. Could you count yourself in amongst that, Oswald?
Absolutely. It's part of a navigator's job, keeping the whole crew safe.
I'll turn to JD and I'll raise my eyebrow to him.
Don't know what you want me to say, Captain.
But what it's worth, if I may, on having other people's backs, it's not just me vying for this position. I know that Bethany said that she wants two of us to go, but there's myself and my colleague Clara. If there is only one spot, it should be her. She really wants this as well.
Now, you've done an incredible act of, well, what shall I say, humbling yourself. Practically licking someone's boots to get on this ship to present yourself. However, now you say that someone else should deserve this position. Why is that? Why should she get your recommendation? You seem to be representing yourself rather well.
She is just as brilliant as I am. And, well, we both really want this. But we have different reasons, I think.
So what's yours?
Well, I was told there would be a big lump sum payment.
That is correct. Is that all you're in this for, the money?
And the adventure. Seeing the world, but I would like to take her along, both of us. I think we come as a pair. She's every bit as excellent as I am.
Well, if you are as excellent as she, and she is as excellent as you, why would I need...
We can't be in 5 places at once. I could maybe be in 2 or 3 places at once, doing 2 or 3 jobs at once, but both of us together run like clockwork. 24 hours.
Can I do another insight here? I want to know if this is motivated for like some sort of romantic thing going on, or whether it's respect or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'd also like to chip in on this one, actually.
Go ahead. Let's see what they look at.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oswald is very much a heart on his sleeve kind of guy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's the same, like the desperation that he had to get on the ship has sort of, I guess, faded away at this point. The way he's talking, he definitely still does want to go, but it's almost as if there's some empathy coming through for someone else, for Clara. It's almost like he's worried about her, not necessarily like a romantic interest. A concern.
Right, okay. Got you. Right. Well, you have certainly answered our questions. So, thank you for that. Honestly, I take you for also. So, I will ask you to go outside, and then you can send in. Was it Clara? You said.
Yes, thank you, Captain. And he'll sort of stand up and, like, again do a little side glance, see JD, probably still staring at him, I'd imagine.
It's the second the eyes meet, he's just, you know, the sort of, a big dude leaves everyone, boom, he's like, you know, just a spook you.
Okay.
He would jump. He would jump, but he would sort of, like, scurry out of the room.
I'll smile at that. As before Clara comes in, before Clara comes in, I'll just turn to JD and I'll go, "Old acquaintance, perhaps?"
I think I'd remember threatening someone that small.
That's not usually your style.
No, I must have heard about my tales around town, I reckon. I mean, for what it's worth, it is good that he chipped in for her, you know. Not on the ship, but he's already got a crew of a sort.
Well, let's see if she does the same for him.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Clara enters. Captain, bosun, first mate. Hi, I'm Clara.
Hello, Clara.
Hi.
Well, that answers a question. You obviously know us by sight, so you know of the ship and the crew.
I do. We have done dealings with your crew in the past, and Mr. Stubbs has collected missions for on behalf of the Cartography Guild here previously.
Well done on your diligence for your homework.
Thank you.
Now, aside from the opportunity to map out Shinnigan, why do you want to go along with me and mine?
Adventure. I tried my hardest to get into the Cartographer's Guild because I wanted to chart the unknown, and a lot of things are known in Veridia, but I look forward to seeing what's beyond that, what's beyond the horizon.
Is that all that interests you? The unknown, the adventure, the journey?
I'm not as interested in the money side. It's more of the adventure and finding out what's on there, and I have been part of the Cartographer's Guild for some time. We are like a family here, and I have heard great tales from Bethany and Christian about your ship, and I would love to be a part of it. I do know that I'm not the only one of this position. My colleague Oswald is, and he is a brilliant young budding inventor, and I completely understand if you would take him instead. He is a brilliant gentleman, and he would do great on your crew. As for myself, I am good with tinkering, I'm good with medicine, I can help with charting, calligraphy for any letters that you need to send as well. And you can see she's a little nervous because you guys are quite intimidating.
Yeah. Well, I'm obviously want to insight all of that.
Yep. I am quite good with locks as well. But
Good at what, sorry?
Locks as well. If
Oh.
where we go, there's places you need to get into. So yeah, go ahead and insight that. You wanting to as well, Jim, or
Oh yes.
Trev, you can tell that she's very much being honest about her skills and honest about trying to, like, want her friend to go, because she understands that if you need to take one of them, she would rather you take Oswald, because she knows he needs it more.
Right, okay. So, so the monetary thing, and just for the adventure, that's all true?
That's... The monetary thing is true, the adventure is true, but there's a little something else.
Right. What? Hint-wise? Or is that just something else that she's not said? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, something else that she hasn't said.
Right, okay. The bit about Oswald then, is there any sort of
friendship,
romantic entanglement there, or is it just like a deep friendship? Or
it's a friendship. It's a friendship, and she trusts him, but it's not romantic with them two. More like maybe brother and sister, if there was something as close as that. But
oh, Jake, you've just been friend zoned. You weren't even in the room.
He's fine with that. We've already had this talk. Don't worry.
All right, okay. Right, okay.
If anything, Oswald friend-zoned her.
How dare you? She friend-zoned you. You've both friend-zoned each other. It's fine.
Right. So it would appear that they have like a healthy dose of respect for each other.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. So, Oswald did mention you, and he did say that you work together as very well. You've done things together in the past. So, what sort of things?
So we were asked to chart Veridia Majoris, the prison islands. We had to spend some time there. It was quite intimidating, I will not lie, but we worked very hard and diligently through the night to get everything done. So we took it in shifts to make sure that there was always one of us available to finish charting the whole island and every part of it before coming back.
I see.
We've also charted areas of Dorica, the desert, and Fortuna.
A lengthy resume.
She gives a nod. Yes, sir. Sorry, yes, Captain.
I'll do the eyebrow thing to Dom.
He has a think and says,
Oh, Dimitri speaking.
yeah, Dimitri.
Yeah.
So what ship tasks would you undertake? And she said, I can help swab the deck, I can help work, help assist with any injuries. I'm not a full doctor, but I'm okay at medicine. I can help if you need it for me to help cook. I'm a very good lookout if you need someone to do that during the night. If your lookout needs to take a break or anything, I'm happy to take any job that you wish to throw at me. As I know that Oswald is very similar as well. I'm also very good at tinkering, so I can also help in engineering as well, if needed.
What does she look like?
She has gingery hair up to about her shoulders, big blue eyes as well.
Is she pretty? Is she like girl next door sort of thing? Is she like stunning or what sort of?
I will send a picture because I do have one. Give me a moment.
All right, okay. Well, while you're sending that, all right, I want to look at JD, knowing what JD is like.
Oh no.
Right?
He isn't drooling, if that's what you're implying.
No. Yes, I know. I'm not. Right.
That's Clara. No.
That's Clara. Let's have a look.
She's an urchin.
She's 20.
Right. Okay. Right. I'll then turn to JD and I'll eyebrow to him.
Okay. Are you trying to insight if JD would go for her?
Yeah.
Go on, Jim.
Right, one second.
She has a pulse. She's female. Okay.
Oh.
Go on.
Do we have to re-roll it? Because technically meets it, beats it.
Yes.
But we're testing each other.
From the players, right? So yeah, we can.
Why are you deceiving him? Are you saying that you would go for this poor young girl?
No, what I'm saying is that he doesn't know what I'm thinking.
Oh.
You don't know what I like, man.
I can't tell. Right, okay.
We haven't talked about the shit I'm into. It's not a conversation we've had.
You have a reputation, my man. Right, okay.
Okay.
So any questions from JD?
Nothing for me, Captain.
Well, thank you, Clara, for your honesty.
I do feel if it has to be one person that you should take Oswald. I know that he is very much looking forward to the opportunity and already has his bags packed. She gives a sweet smile saying that.
Very well. We will discuss and deliberate. And we will let you both know momentarily.
She nods. Thank you, Captain. And she will exit the room.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
Well, they both seemed willing to go to bat for each other, so knows how to work as a team.
Dimitri turns his head and looks to you both and says, what we could do, if the cartographer is telling us that we have to take them, we could get them to pay for them.
No, that's not a bad shout, actually. If we, paid tuition and all that. And if nothing else, I mean, they're willing to swab, put the work in. It's not the worst thing we've ever taken.
True. All in all, I approve. Now, what of these two individuals themselves? Oswald, I find almost wanting to please.
I agree.
Not exactly a bad trait, however.
Look, I've known people like these before, right?
Oh,
And
come
sometimes, not like that. Fuck off. No, I mean like you might be saying one thing to us, might be something else to somebody. Have to wait and see. But he does seem keen.
That's what I got from him. He's quite keen.
Yeah, I agree. Now, what about what about Clara here?
I think if I tried to spook her the way I spooked him, she might have actually died.
She seems very nervous around us, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
There is something else that she is keeping to herself. Not that that's any reason not to take her. I mean, almost everyone on the crew has something that they have yet to share, if they do so desire. However, I believe she could make a valuable. Same with Oswald.
I mean, she says she knows how to do some medical stuff, and we are sending off the doc.
She did say that she's not a full doctor, so we may still need a doctor.
Sure, but what I'm saying is in absentum, better than nothing.
Well, Barnabus should be setting up some sort of meet with potentially a new doctor. However, we're not just losing the doc, we're losing Mrs. Doc too. So she could help the new doc.
You would know, JD, who Barnabus will be setting up the meet with. And I'm sure you, JD, would very much want to be part of that.
Yeah? Well, I'll have a word with old Barney when we get back.
All right, but in the meantime, Dimitri, yes, I do believe that is a sensational idea. Let's squeeze some more out of this. These lovely guild folks.
Let me go get Miss Barton and see if you can go get Gideon to agree. So he goes out, sends Bethany in. How can I help you, gentlemen? And she's avoiding eye contact with JD.
Seeing that she's doing that, I can't help but, my chest just rises a little as it's a silent chuckle.
You will see if you clock this, Captain. Give me a perception check. You clock it. She's avoiding his eyes, and he's that little chuckle that he has.
Considering what we know him to be kind of like, so it honestly wouldn't surprise the captain at all,
No.
because Stubbs already comes here, as was discussed before. He already comes here and does jobs, so it wouldn't surprise us in the slightest. But I won't let on that I've clocked it or anything.
Sometimes jobs are done to him here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Miss Barton, they appear to be fine cartographers, fine guild members. They're a tad green on the ship side of things.
I agree that they could do with some more experience, but there's not much experience outside of Veridia for them, really.
Which brings us to the next point. If we have to teach these folks and give them that experience, then that must be calculated into the overheads, if you understand.
I do. Give me a moment. She leaves, comes back 5 minutes later. That has been added on for you. We have added, if you are happy with it, 500,000 for the two. If you are taking the two. Or are you only taking one?
Well, Miss Barton, they say that they are quite a considerable duo.
They are.
And then it would be a shame to separate them over such a long distance. So we will agree to take both.
She's holding back tears. Thank you so much. Would you like me to send them in?
I'll just nod.
Oswald, Clara, please. And she has like a blank expression on Oswald, so you can't tell what she's thinking. Please go into the office.
Stand up and head in.
And she will stand outside the door. She's not going to go in. So Clara and you go in, and Captain.
After conferring further with Miss Barton here, we have agreed that you may both join. I want to peg their faces. I want to know if they're excited. Is it genuine excitement? Is it terror? Is it whatever? Or if it's like disappointment or dread?
You give me an insight roll. In Clara's eyes, you see she is so happy that she's holding herself back from bursting into tears. Oswald, what does he see on you?
Or you can just deceive it or whatever.
I don't think I even need a roll for Oswald. He's not trying to hide any of it at all. That sort of keeping his shoulders up that he was doing before, he kind of like immediately like slumps with relief, and he just seems like his whole body just lets out a big sigh, like of just pure relief, like and he's just looking over at Clara and smiling, and just looks. He's like, thank you, Captain.
Thank you so much,
I'm
Captain.
ready to go. So where should we?
Hold your horses. I'm going to give you the speech.
She stands straight as soon as you say that, with her hands behind her back.
Now, I expect excellence from my crew. Despite your shortfallings of experience on board a ship, I demand excellence. Now, anything that you bring on board my ship is yours to bring on board. As long as it does not affect the crew, the ship, the journey that we are on. Your time is yours. If any of those rules are broken with anything that comes a-calling from your past, if you're running away from something or you're heading towards something, that then becomes my problem. And then we will have a problem. Do you both understand?
Yes, sir. Sorry, yes,
Yes,
Captain.
Captain.
I will get used to that, Captain.
As long as you agree to those conditions, welcome to the Nimbus. And I'll hold my hand out to shake their hands.
She shakes his hand.
I will also check.
I will send word to expect you and your belongings at your earliest convenience. We are not great hope. We have a ball to get to in about a week that I expect you to attend as new members of the crew.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Sort of give her like a little tiny, trying to be subtle, but not being subtle at all. Just like a little nudge to Clara when she says, "Sir."
Captain.
Now, the guild are footing the bill for this one, so feel free to razzle-dazzle yourselves up. Dismissed.
And outside of the door, her bag is also there. She was hoping that it would be a yes also, so she's got her things ready. And I believe you guys were heading to the Lazy Koala next.
Mm-hmm.
However, we have other people to get to. So first of all, we're going to go to Barnabus and Eddy. Lottie, I will come to you afterwards. So, Barnabus and Eddy. What are you two up to while all that is happening?
Oh, us and the crew were, heading out for breakfast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lottie's gonna lag behind a little though. So, Lottie, what's your excuse to lag behind about half an hour?
To go and find Chloe?
Eddie doesn't know about that, so you are waiting for the letter to let you know if it's safe or not. So are you going to... What's going to be your excuse? Is it going to be something to do with Ether, or...
Half an hour.
Yeah, because you have to wait for a letter to know if it's safe or not for you to go into Tickson. Which Barnabus will know about, so Barnabus, you can help her with the excuse.
I don't know. What can I say?
You can say that something about Ether.
That I'm trying to keeping Ether safe, finding a place for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
That works. That'll do then. Making sure he's looked after and has food and yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Eddy, it's up to you if you want to insight that or if you just want to let it go.
Knowing how close Lottie is to the fox, you probably wouldn't really question that. I wouldn't have thought it'd be a bit, with how excited she was to go for breakfast, it'd be a bit questioning it, but not then be like, well, he's got to look after Benny.
Yeah. So you four head off to the Lazy Koala. You are greeted by Chloe.
Can I just add, just as we're getting off the ship, Benny attaches 2 rods between his wheelchair. Eddy does 2 rods from his wheelchair to Benny. So he's almost like a chariot, and he's busy jotting down notes in a notepad, crew drawings of IVs he has.
Okay? Anything else that Barnabus does before leaving, or is he just really excited for some good grub?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he just he'd get he's put little glasses on, so he's sort of ready to see what's out and about in the town. Probably give himself a little scrub over just to make sure he's not fully covered in engine grease. And yeah, head out.
Sonia quickly sidebars with Lottie and says, "If we get there and if the captain gets there before you, don't worry, we'll cover for you." And Sonia Sonia gives you a hug, and Barnabus and Eddy, you guys head out. Are you wanting to nip into the Wells surgery before the lazy koala?
I think knowing that this is on a kind of bit of a recruitment mission, I'd probably wait until the captain and the others had joined up with us before I make any decisions for the captain. That's not my place.
Okay. You head into the lazy koala. You can see. Give me a perception check, gentlemen. Nice.
Hey.
Even better. Nice. First nat 20. Okay. Barnabus, you see pirates in the corner, a group of guys in suits. The pirates you recognize as part of a crew of people who've spoken to JD on occasion. And you do notice some of the Cogsworth people in another corner. Which, you're not fond of them. Eddy, you know the pirates to be of the Hellier crew, and you can actually, Barnabus, you would know this. One of the people in the Cogsworth group is Terence, and he's just glaring at Chloe. And that's as you go in. So you both know that Terence is glaring at Chloe.
Yeah. So I'd give Barnabus and Elbow a nod over, trying to be as subtle as he can, saying, "There's that Terence from Cogsworth is giving us not very nice looks. We might."
To Chloe, the bartender, specifically.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's giving Miss Chloe some really awful looks.
Barnabus, you would know from your talks with Lottie. There's probably a reason for that, from what you know.
Yeah, I understand. I say, well, perhaps we should make our way over to young Miss Dickinson and interject, get a little in their way. Though, let's try not to cause any trouble. We've only made port but a little while.
You would, Barnabas especially, you would know that if the bosun comes in, seeing this guy glaring at Chloe, he may start some stuff.
I will absolutely keep that to myself and almost hope that is the case.
Hope that JD comes in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
For his age, Barnabas has still been known to enjoy a little scrap here and there, especially with the Cogsworths. But he will say, but let's at least fill our stomachs before we get up to any trouble, eh?
The crew of the Nimbus, hi! How are you all?
Hello, Miss Dickinson.
Hi. You know you call me Chloe. Don't be daft.
Well, it's good to see you, Chloe. I'm doing well, thank you. I think we're all okay.
Good. Aww. Sonia and Millie, my happy couple, how are you both? And they both say how they're doing. Eddy!
Hi, Miss Chloe. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you. We're looking to get our bellies filled before we start today's work.
Okay. How many of you am I expecting?
Well, there's the, as you see here, and the captain and a couple others on their way.
Okay, I do have a VIP coming in, but that is not a problem. She pulls a couple of tables together and says, "This should be enough for you guys," and she does make sure that it hides kind of line of sight from her, from the Cogsworth, on purpose.
And the captain's paying, so please, your finest. And I'll just literally plop down this little pouch that he's given me and just say, please don't hold out on the bacon.
I would never do that for you, Barney. And she will take your orders. Now, while that's all happening, and she sees you, can Eddy and Barney give me another perception check? Okay, Barney, you clock her hands a letter to a delivery boy. You probably know where it's going. And
do I I recognize the boy at all, or does he is he just some local child, or does he work for? He
works in the bar just as a glass collector, but he has to send a certain message when your crew make pop.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's 2 playing cards slipped into there as well. And we move to where this is going. Hello, Lottie.
Hello.
So the letter says you will need your wig. Use your key, and it has a king to symbolise Terrence is in the area, and it has a joker to symbolise the crew of the Helliers there in the area as well. So you're gonna have to go through the back room and use your key to the VIP area.
Okay.
So, give me a stealth roll.
1 second. Stealth, yeah?
Yep. You can do it as an advantage because you've got your disguise on.
I've got to find that one again. Where is it? Hang on, I got it.
Yep, under skills.
Advantage?
Yep, so
Or
it's
just roll it as normal?
It's the ADV at the bottom that you click before you roll.
ADV, right.
Bottom left hand. How did we do? Easily. You are a ghost. You get there, no problem. You get in, you unlock, you get in there. Chloe rushes over. Oh, cousin, I've missed you so much. Are you okay?
That's a very big hug. Yep.
Are you
I've missed
okay?
her so much. Yep.
Okay. You're staying in my room tonight? No ifs, buts, maybes. We are having a full catch-up. 2 of your exes are in my bar. What the fuck? Seriously?
Awkward.
Yeah, Terrence hasn't given
awkward.
up. He's in there saying that I'm hiding you, so he's probably going to try and come in here at some point. Just so you know, so I am going to have to hide you and say that my VIP is left mysteriously. I'm going to try and get them out as quickly as I can because I understand that your crew's having breakfast and your captain's paying, but... you are just... yeah, you.
Exciting though, huh?
Never a dull moment with you since childhood. I told you, I asked you 5 times before you accepted that ring from that boy. Were you sure? And you said yes. And then all of a sudden you ran away from him.
There's so much you need to know, Chloe.
Well, he's been trying to get Harriet to sell her surgery, and she's politely said bugger off. Oh, he's
Well done, her.
I know. But
We need a surgery.
I know, he's getting worse though. It seems like his dad's putting more pressure on him and they're getting desperate, which is thus. You know, I've seen in the newspaper about Shinnigan, which is this what your crew is here for? Tell me straight. Okay, I know that laugh. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We're here for adventure. There's a lot of money involved, but I'm just looking forward to the adventure more.
And hiding from your exes. Just don't
Well, that
collect.
too.
Don't collect any more. I beg you.
I will try.
Right, I'm gonna have to go back into the main area because I'm pretending to stalk. Right, here's a drink. I'll be back. And she goes back into the main area. Eddy and Barnabus, you can see she's a bit flustered as she comes back through from the VIP room. Have any of you put in orders for the rest of your crew?
Probably
No.
you just ordered them the usual. We know that JD wanted some bacon, so maybe just like a plate of it on top of whatever else is coming.
Okay. We'll say by the time the food starts coming,
I mean, as we're sat,
Yeah.
can I look over at Terence
yeah.
and see? We know he's glaring at Chloe, but what sort of intent? Can I tell some sort of intent that he has?
Give me an insight.
Insight. Oh,
That was so close.
close.
You have no clue. Do you want to try? Barney? Actually, Barney, you
I'll
probably... You know why.
I think I'll give it a go. Like, because I
give
mean,
it a
Barney
go.
might know, but I can't remember, to be honest.
That's
Me
fine.
cannot remember.
You can do so
Um,
with advantage then, because you technically do know.
I'll say that, like, as he's doing this, and he's kind of just sort of, sneakily trying to catch a glance and figure it out. He's just sort of tinkering with his arm, maybe like anticipating a bit of trouble. So he's kind of ready for whatever might be happening, and I'll give you one of these.
Okay. You know he's glaring at Chloe because he's trying to find out still where his ex-fiancée is. You know she's been on your ship the whole time.
Yeah.
Would Eddie kind of understand what Barnabas is trying to do with tinkering with his arm? Would he has Eddie seen Barnabas fight, or is he just purely tinkering with it because that's what he does?
I think you would have. He'd have, like, for the time that you've been on the crew, I'm sure would have definitely, like, chatted about, like, our different inventions and ideas and whatnot. And he'd have shown you his armor suit thing that he's got going on.
Yeah.
Now, Chloe and the bartender Tom and their bouncer go over to the corners of the pirates and said, "Right, you guys, move on. You slept here last night. Instead of getting a room, out." And they start getting up. Right is JD, Dimitri, and Captain Nik walk in. Come on, you. Come on. Out. And they started getting up, and they're not very happy that they've been woken up. after they fell asleep.
Mrs. Dixon,
Captain Nick,
a pleasure as always.
Could you give me a hand, please?
Of course. How many is there?
There is 5.
Right, and she's literally just woken them up.
She's woken them up, she's kicking them out because they stayed there last night, didn't pay for accommodation, and they've got no drinks or food.
Captain, allow me.
No,
Go easy. They may not be
Chloe-
morning people, if you know what I mean.
Chloe looks at you and says, "No violence."
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
JD?
Come on, friends.
Alex?
I'm just gonna
leave
I'm
this
gonna
lovely
sit on the
establishment.
table with them and say, "Do you boys know who I am?"
Titus goes, "You know I do."
Then that should save you some time. Off you tot.
Give me an intimidation roll.
With advantage, because there's
Go
3
ahead.
of big burlyish people that have just come in and basically backed them up, yeah.
12.
Not great, Jim. Not great.
What do they do?
The captain kind of squares up to you and says, "Make you a deal. You, Stubbs. I believe you know what my deal is. You're drawn, currently, right? And you don't like the fact that you're drawing. If you can beat him in an arm wrestle competition, we'll leave. If not, Stubbs, you buy us a round of drinks."
I believe you misunderstand the situation, what's going on right here.
Listen, I'm being really, really fucking nice right now.
Chloe, or would you like... Chloe's gonna ask him, "Oh, would you like the bill for room and board that you took without requesting?" And he is... 11's not great. I gave you an option. Arm wrestling match against our bosun.
I'm just going to put it this to you as simply as I fucking can, because it's the only way you ever understand anything I put towards you. You'd best start walking while you've still got legs to carry you.
I will let you give me one last intimidation check. If there's anything that anyone would like to add to it, give me a
Barnabus
three.
is just going to go to Eddie and go, "I fear we're not even going to get a bite to eat before it all kicks off."
Oh, this is always the case when we try and do things that are nice.
We haven't even been in port for half a day.
I mean, that must be some sort of new record, surely.
I'll say, just to kind of back the Stubbs up, Miss Dixon, I apologise for what may ensue, and any damages, by all means, put on my tab. I'll do my own little intimidation thing going on.
Okay.
You're backing me up with the intimidation then?
Okay.
Yeah.
Jim, try it again with advantage. You need... Sorry, go on.
No, go on. Finish.
Well,
Jim, you need 15 or higher. And you've done it. That's
how's a
fine.
cool 25? Beat you by 10.
Fine. I guess we should sleep off our hangovers on the ship. Come on, men. And they leave.
That's right. Off you fuck.
The bosun, tries to body check you on the way out.
Body checking right back.
Okay.
I'm not the one fucking walking out, pal.
If my head wasn't hurting. And so they leave,
If your head wasn't hurting, everything else fucking would be, mate.
Stubbs, give me a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah.
It's a cool 23.
You see Terence giving her Chloe evil eyes. Like, you see him with some of the Cogsworth beeps.
Just sort of give, a big dirty grin once I clock him.
No. Chloe says no.
Oh.
No.
That's
No.
no fun.
You heard the lady,
Whoa.
Mr. Stubbs. I believe
I'm just not used to ladies
there is
telling me no,
bacon
that's all.
waiting.
Get used to it then.
God. So mean. I love it.
No. And I've got a VIP to deal with. Don't you dare! I've got a VIP to deal with. Excuse me, gentlemen. JD, give me a history check.
History?
Or in insight. Pick one.
Oh, insight's a lot better for me, so. Oh, the 20 was winking at us.
He's been teasing us.
I know.
Yeah.
It's great for me. You feel like Chloe's avoiding you, and you don't know why. So you can try and stop her as she goes towards the VIP area, which is behind a door. Or you can let her go.
I'm hungry, I'll let her go for now.
She goes through the VIP door and to you, Lottie, and says, "Okay, you should be alright. There's only Terry there. They might not recognise your hair. It's up to you if you want to risk it, but the rest of your crew's there. I think you can hide."
Yeah. I'll go and see the rest of the crew then.
Okay. I am gonna let your stealth
Take a
roll.
chance.
I'm gonna let your stealth roll carry from before you're 30 because it was so good, and you appear next to Sonia like a ghost. Like absolutely pop up like you'd always been there. And she goes, "Ah!" You, Captain, and JD, you guys turn round and you feel like she must have already been there. She puts in her order with Chloe. And she gives you a wink, Lottie. So I was told that you want bacon, and extra bacon. Stubbs.
You know me, I love my bacon.
Captain, what would you like? Oh, and who
Bacon sounds mighty good.
And who are these two new people? Wait.
You said
Actually,
where?
Oswald, sorry. It's been a while since you've been here. What would you like?
I didn't realise I would be with the crew.
I assumed that you came with them and then are dropping off your bags. Is that correct, Captain, or are you sending them straight to the ship?
It's entirely up to them. They could have gone to the ship and dropped their stuff off.
Yeah.
In which case, whoever would have remained would have told them where we were, so they
Yeah.
could have come.
Yeah, I would have went to the ship first to get my stuff dropped off
Yeah.
and find out where my cabin is, and then I would head over
Yeah.
to it as well.
I'll say Clara did the same, so you walk over together. Oh! Wait. Are these two joining your crew, Captain?
Indeed, they are.
You take good care of them.
I always take good care of my crew. As I take good care of everyone in my employ. Miss Dixon, you should know this of me.
I do. Lottie, you recognise Clara.
Do I?
Yeah, but she won't recognise you because you look quite a bit different to what you looked like the last time she saw you. If you check your law document, you will know why you know her.
All the stuff to read.
Yes. You will know her because of
I remember
her...
the name mentioned.
Yes, you will know her because of her family. Give me a history check with advantage, and I'll just tell you if you can. If not, I will leave you.
History check.
Yep. Not great. No, it's like you know the face.
But she just can't put a face there. Put
You
a reason
know
to
the
it.
face. You've known her for a while, but it's just like she's wearing a completely different outfit. You're trying to place it, and your head's kind of going blank.
Yeah.
But if you give yourself a bit longer, you probably will remember.
I have to try not to be staring at her. Trying to figure it out in her brain.
Why are you looking at me like that? Clara says to you, Lottie.
I feel like I know you from somewhere.
I've been working in the contact with his guild for some time. She looks to you, Oswald, as if, help me!
Oswald would be kind of oblivious. But, you know, I guess they know each other.
Chloe brings over your food. It's lovely home-cooked breakfast. She's making herself busy. Stubbs, do you try and approach her at all to try and work out why you feel she's avoiding you?
Yeah, once I've eaten, and if she's not immediately busy.
Hi.
Hi, Chloe. What's going on?
Nothing's going on. Why do you think something's going on?
I know we're closer than this. You do.
Aww.
What's going on? Yeah,
She like boops your nose and goes, "Ah."
Yeah. I'm not being playful here.
I know.
What's the crack? Seriously.
What do you mean? What's the crack? No. What do you mean?
You know what I'm. There's no sense trying to play down.
Look, I've had a. It's not my fault. I've had a VIP here.
Not saying it's your fault. Just saying something's different.
Why do you? I will allow you to do one more insight check on her.
Sure.
Nah.
Was that the 20 again and then it just rolled over to a 3?
I think
Yeah.
it's 18.
It was 18. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
You were the one who taught me that anytime a woman says fine, they're not fine.
I'm still not over Sam, okay? Just stop prying.
Look, didn't want to force it, just...
And her
If
eyes start watering.
Alright, so... I just
Lottie,
wanted to help.
Lottie, can you give me a perception check, please?
I certainly can. That wasn't very good.
You can see her eyes are watering while she stood with him, but you don't know why.
Aww.
It's up to you if you want to try doing anything, or just leave it.
I'll leave it for now.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to make things worse, or
No.
I think I'm just gonna
Just
try and work it out.
Just
Just look, you need a hand on me, alright?
I get it. And you know, things are difficult. I know why Terrence is here. He's still trying to find my cousin. He thinks I know where she is.
I wouldn't have nothing VIP now, would it?
Why would you ask me that?
Just so you know. If you need an extra pair of eyes while I'm here. Like I said, not primed.
Look, I don't want any violence. I don't want any problems with the Cogsworth. They're already causing enough for Hattie. You know Hattie means Harriet.
Still getting all.
You broke up a bit there, Jim.
That's right. Are they still trying to give her grief and all?
Yeah.
Bastards.
She's gonna try and incite you while talking about Harriet.
Sure.
Never mind.
Oh, she got a 1.
She got what? Never mind. She can't get a bead on you.
Makes a change. Someone else getting them instead of me.
I know. it can happen to anyone. Look, just let it go, okay? I miss Sam, but not until everything's sorted with my cousin will I even try. Okay?
Alright. Just, anything I can do to help while I'm here, you just, give us the old nod, alright?
Okay.
Alright. And in the meantime, this cup's empty.
Don't make me slap you.
You don't know I'd love it.
Gee. Stop it!
Just exasperating her, getting her, back up to her sort of usual demeanour.
Okay, and you all have a seat, eat your wonderful food. She brings you, her and Tom bring you over your drinks and your food. Barnabus and Judy, I believe there was going to be a talk of you two going somewhere.
First things first, Captain, are you going to introduce us to these young green fellows?
Absolutely. Now, the food has been eaten. I know your priorities, my friend.
Oh well.
I'll just
I
smile.
just sort of sit back, like rubbing my full tummy.
And I'll get everyone's attention as says, ladies and gentlemen of Nimbus. I would like to introduce to you 2 new crew members. Young Oswald here, and young Clara. Deckhands for the moment, but those roles may change. Introduce yourselves. Show them the ropes. They may need it. Take care of each other. Usual drill. To Oswald and Clara yourselves, I said it before, I'll say it again. Welcome to the Nimbus, and this is their crew.
Oh, Barnabus Throttlepot, pleasure to have you along.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Lottie here.
Eddie,
Nice to meet
Eddie
you
just
both.
gives a nod to them both.
You'll sort of give a slight smile to Eddie, having
Hi.
at least sort of
Yeah.
seen him before. Like a knowing smile.
Lottie, when you hear the name Clara, you remember about that Clara. You grew up with Clara. I'll let it continue. JD has already done his introduction, so you've all met each other now. However, Lottie, you know something about Clara that another member of the crew doesn't know. I will just let that hang in the air for you there. That was an evil laugh, Vicky. I'm shocked. Right, so what are your plans next?
Well, after the meal is done, all right, and everybody gets acquainted and that sort of stuff, I will have one more sort of announcement to make, sort of thing. And I'll be, now we have all been invited to a bit of a shindig, a get-together in about a week. Now, it's going to be upper class, it's going to be fine wines and eating. Now, I have procured the services of some of the best clothes makers in the city. I employ all of you to take advantage of that and get yourselves kitted out. No expense wasted. Enjoy yourselves. You've got a week.
The place is called Refined Culture.
There we go.
You've been designated to get your stuff from, and a deal has been will be struck with the Cartographer's Guild.
Yeah, but they don't need to know that.
They don't need
they don't need to know that at all. All they know is that I've told them to go and get some clothes from this real high place that
yes.
For all they know, I am paying for. They don't need to know that I'm not paying for it.
Are you sending anyone on recruitment mission?
Well, they do have 7 days to do that, and part of the conversation that I'll be having right now, after that little announcement, was with Barnabus about the dock replacement. Because he said earlier that he had potentially something going on.
Barnabus, do you get JD involved in this conversation?
Everyone's sort of around the table anyway.
Yeah.
And they said, pipe up and just sort of say, yes, the good Dr. Harriet Wells has a local surgery. Perhaps, I mean, we have a little bit of history. She's certainly good at what she does. I mean, I don't know how attached she is to her business here, but
would we have met Harriet on a like a personal level? Presumably, there would have been like instances of going to her for. Yeah.
You probably have had to go to her once a couple of times before, because her surgery doubles as a hospital in Tickson as well. It's kind of both. So if you've had like gunshot wounds or stuff like that and docked at Tickson, that's where you would probably go, because she doesn't judge. Because she's dealt with all different kinds of people. It's kind of how she met some people on the ship.
Okay.
And I believe some people on the ship know her.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't know specifically who knows that and who doesn't. The only person that I do know would have been Barnabus, so I will just continue with Barnabus. So.
Anyone else going to speak up about the good old Doc?
And I'll go with you, Barney, if you're going to go ask him. It's been a hot minute since I've seen her.
I mean, if she's running the surgery in this place now, then what makes you think that she'd be willing to go to Shinnigan with us?
Chloe goes.
Just sort of
"I'd
leaning conspiratorially over the table. Cause a fucking Tweedle shit over in the corner there.
I'll turn to look at whoever it is that he's referring to.
Indicating towards the Cogsworths.
Alright, okay.
Go on, Eddie.
No, I was about to ask the same question.
I take it you've heard on the grapevine that she may be under the scrutiny of some unwanted attention from those interesting peoples.
They ain't making things easy for anybody. That's all I'm saying. Besides, if all goes the way we sort of hope, it'll make her rich enough to not have to worry about any of that.
Well, it certainly is worth asking.
Lottie,
Hello.
you have some documents in your possession to know what the Cogsworth plan to do.
Yes, I do.
And you want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you chime in anything about that now, or are you going to leave it?
Obviously, I will, but not. I don't think
Not-
now's the right time.
Not the right time. Okay. However, you heard what Stubbs called your ex-fiance. Do you make any kind of face, or are you trying to stay stoic?
Trying the very hardest not to laugh, but yeah.
Give me a deception roll, and anyone who wants to can try and do a insight onto Vicky.
I think Stubbs just thinks he's that funny.
That's
No,
not
I know
great.
Stubbs isn't that funny, so I will.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Never
don't
mind,
want that.
Trev.
I'm facing the wrong way.
Barnabus, I'm gonna say you catch it. You catch, and you know why she's trying not to laugh.
I kind of know the history a little bit there, don't I? So
Yeah.
I'll just I'll chuckle along, and that's all he's doing.
Okay. And so we've got Barney and Stubbs who are gonna go see the good doctor. Anyone else have any plans?
Eddie would go to Barnabus and say, Barney, is there anything which we need doing in the ship before? I know we're going to be here for quite a few days. Do anything you want me to get started on?
I think we're in tip-top shape at the moment. I mean, as I say, there's always work to do, but and he's just going to start thinking over his list of things that we've requested, and
with devilish grin, he says, "Can I tinker?"
You don't have to ask me, boy. You know. Perhaps, Brandon, he mentioned something about the cannons, and you... Well, I mean, I'm sure he'd love to know your ideas.
Okay.
No, just remind me, did Brandon say specifically about the cannons, or was it just about the weaponry?
He said weaponries and specifically cannons.
Okay.
Because currently your ship has the lowest grade cannons.
Right.
Captain, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go out and get kitted up? Or, get an outfit for this upcoming ball? Or what are you gonna do?
I certainly will go there first at some point, but not quite yet. I'm going to go... No,
Okay.
I'm going to go with Barney and see
The good
the
old
doc.
doc.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Lottie, are you and the girls gonna go clothes shopping?
Well, I think that would be probably a fun thing to do.
Okay. I assume that you're going to take Chloe to induct her into the girl group.
Yes.
So that you are now 4. Okay.
Mhm.
Oswald, are you going to try and go with Eddy to tinker?
He'd probably try and stick around with some of the crew. He's kind of wanting to speak with, seeing that Eddy and Barnabus are sticking together. He'd sort of hover around those two, I guess.
So Barnabus is going off somewhere else, and Eddie's going back to the ship.
Clara will go to you and say, "You go talk to them. I think the girls are taking me shopping."
Yeah, I've got something I need to do at the ship anyway.
Okay. Well, see you later. Clara will go, "Okay, let's get kitted up." So we're gonna end with this last part, which will be Stubbs, Captain, and Barnabus going to see the good old doctor, Harriet. You enter a busy doctor's surgery with a receptionist, and the receptionist clocks Stubbs. Mr. Stubbs, are you needing to see Harriet?
Well, I'm certainly hoping to.
Give me a moment, I will see if she's free.
I appreciate that, thank you.
And she runs off, and Harriet comes out. Hi. How can I help you three?
Well, it's been some time.
It has indeed, Barnabus. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good.
Been too long, I thought I'd just give her a big hug.
Hi, Doc.
Hi.
This is one of those
she
rare
ruffles,
occasions.
JD's
This is one
hair.
of those rare occasions where your expertise is not needed per se at the moment.
Okay, let's go to my office, and she takes you through to a doctor's office. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Well, look, Harry, I'm just gonna get straight down to brass tacks with this one.
Okay.
Heard you've been having some shit with the old Cogsworths.
May I speak plainly and not have to be a lady for a moment?
Please do.
Okay, those fuckers keep going round here, like Chloe's place, all along this street, trying to buy out our businesses, and we've all told them to fuck off, and they're not listening. He's obsessed with thinking that Terry's obsessed with thinking that his ex, Charlotte's somewhere around here. We've told him Charlotte Davenport is not here, and he doesn't fucking listen, right? Chloe's told him multiple times. They've checked her place so many times. They've checked here, and he's obsessed with thinking it's here. Francis isn't helping because he wants to expand. And Tickson seems like the place that they want, or Cloudel, which they're not going to get Cloudel. They know that, so they think they can get here. But we've all been given extra funding by the government that they don't know about to stay open. But it only goes so far. Like JD, you've been a massive help helping keep this place open, but it's so much stress, and they're trying to get us to sell our businesses. Like, I hold the deed to this place, and they are not getting it from me. They can try prying it from my cold dead fingers. They will not get it.
What if I was to tell you that there's a way for you to make a shitload of money and tell Cogsworths to fuck off for good all at the same time?
Is it illegal?
No, it's totally legal. This time.
Okay, let me hear you out.
Must have heard about the big bet, right? Cartographers Guild, Cogsworths.
Oh, you need a dock.
We need a dock.
Okay. You do know that if I was to join your crew, I have my own scrub nurse that I cannot do with the complex surgeries without. Like, every doctor has their own scrub nurse if they're doing surgeries.
I mean, I don't know nothing about that. All I know is you've done a real good job in the past, and frankly, I mean...
And give me a perception check, Doc. Sorry, Captain.
Perception.
Yeah. Or actually, no, make it insight.
Oh, okay. Insight is better. Aww.
Okay.
12.
You see she looks at Stubbs carefully when he says that, but you don't see what she looks at when she looks at him carefully.
So there's a look between the two, but I don't know what it means, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
It's up to Stubbs if he's ever told the captain. Have you told the captain?
Don't think it came up in conversation casually, you know?
Okay, fair enough. Barnabus, JD, you know what I'm capable of. I'm a very good doctor. This place, I have people who can run the books in my absence. Also, if I was to disappear for a while, with the deed, it means they could not get it from me. The money would help this place as well. But
and it truly shits on their plan as well, because if we do our end of the bargain, they have to stop trying anyway.
Yeah. And that's what I would want more than anything, because they are starting to get more desperate. I'm starting to think they're going to start bringing thugs in. Chloe sent me a message to let me know that they're back in the area again. But it's your choice, Captain.
Well, you are right. You do very good work. I'm sure all my crew can testify to that. Now, I just want you to understand the decision that you're making here. Yes, it may be a temporary reprieve of the attention that you're getting from the Cogsworth, and yes, it may even lead to a permanent solution. But this ain't no picnic that we're going to either.
I'm aware.
You must understand that. Where we're going, as far as we know, there's only one person that's ever come back, and he is not right.
It also means that I might be able to come up with new medicines for illnesses that aren't owned by a pharmaceutical company.
Yes, just think of the discoveries we could find. Isn't it exciting?
It is, and she gives you such a warm smile, Barnabus. She has a little bit of a twinkle in her eye, and then she goes, okay. Would I be able to bring in my own nurse? Yes or no, Captain?
I don't see why not. Okay. There is someone that may be able to fill that role should your nurse not wish to come, because the dangers that would hang over your head also hang over hers. Now, if you're comfortable...
His,
pardon.
Yes.
So...
Not
if
all
you are
nurses
comfortable,
are female.
Yeah, if you're comfortable asking your nurse to take that sort of risk, then...
I am, and the trainee person, I might be able to train up. Who knows? And JD, let's be honest, we know that you've just missed me, and that's the real reason why you're asking me.
I always miss you, darling.
You can insight this if you want to, Captain.
Yes, I absolutely.
Do you want to do a deception, Jim?
I'll do deception, not because it's a lie, but it's just as to how cool Stubbs is keeping, I guess. Not too cool.
What does he gleam off you?
Stubbs is a little bit nervous about it. Which is, like, actually relatively unusual, because usually he's pretty brazen in his life.
Okay. So would I have gleaned that there is or has been some sort of intimate connection in the past, which is causing this, or not?
Go on.
I'm
Jim.
not bothered. I just want to know how. I just want to know what I would glean from that.
I would say there's nothing that you would glean that is intimate physically, but in a different
It's obvious
way,
that you
perhaps.
care about this person.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. I will not let on that I have clocked that.
Okay. Okay, well, I will check with my nurse. Give me one moment, Captain. And she will go speak to her nurse. And he will come in. She is gone for about 10 minutes and comes back with the nurse. Myself and Nurse Jarvis here are happy to be joining as part of your crew. My nurse is Patrick Jarvis. He has been my scrub nurse for 10 years.
Okay. Patrick Jarvis.
Yes.
And what's her full name?
Dr. Harriet Wells.
That was it.
Yes. You would probably get that Stubbs is also quite protective of Harriet as well. That's probably something that he didn't mention. And you probably glean from her that she cares about him a lot and is quite protective over him as well.
Okay.
As you all return to the ship at separate times, Captain, you are given a list of people who have left from the quartermaster. 11 in total. You've now... It depends if you're counting Oswald and Clara, but you've lost 11, including the doctor and Mary. So you've now got a doctor and a nurse and 2 cartographers. So
I've lost 11, but I've gained 4.
Yeah.
Or are we still 11 down?
You've gained 4 and lost, so...
Right, so lost 11, gained 4, so I am only 7 down.
Yeah, you're only 7 down, but you know that if you can get more people, that'll help your ship run better. So if you actually get over the 7, you might be able to get more money, potentially, by saying this will make sure that the ship is more efficient in this way and this way and this way, because you actually have enough beds for about 40 people, but 30 just make sure that the ship runs on like minimum crew for like night shift and everything. If you the max you can get in your ship is probably about 40 staff.
Right, okay.
So you may have to have a word with the crew on how many other people that they may know that you can get.
well, presumably there would be. Yeah, well, I would say like recruitment agencies of this particular period. So it would be,
There is.
yeah. So I would like kind of hit them over the next few days or so.
Okay. There's like newspapers and things.
Unless somebody specifically comes forward, because people would know that they're part of it, like some of the crew would have left. Unless other members of the crew come forward and vouch for someone, I would just go with like it's a standard sort of recruitment thing. But if the crew have someone specific, I would meet that person.
Your crew will have to think of that for next time. However, there is a couple of letters that are on the ship when you get back. I will send them across to those who get them, and the other one is you. There it goes to the two who get their letters. And as you start contemplating, do you ask your crew to start thinking of people that might want to? Do you ask your crew to start thinking first?
I would do everything at the same time because the crew should know pretty much off the top of their head relatively quickly. So it would be think, oh, yeah, my brother wants to do it. You know, if it's like family of the family, then you know, fair enough, we'll go with that sort of thing. But if there's nothing, then just standard recruit.
We'll do some checks next time and leave it there for tonight, if that's okay with everyone, or do you want to play for a bit longer?
If we could get a list of crew that are missing.
Okay. Crew to replace, so right, that one and that one. So you need so you've got them two deckhands, so you need probably about 4 deckhands. Actually, well, the cartographers are doing that as well. You could do with a cooking assistant, some more deckhands and also some gunnery people. So probably about quite a lot of your deckhands have left, and some of your gunners have left as well. But you've got a doctor, you've got a nurse. Millie could do the cooking assistant, she does say that, and if you can get someone who's good with perception, potentially someone to swap with Sonia as well. So there's quite a few people that are needed. But so 2 of you new people can double as some of the fill-ins for that, but they can't do that full time.
Yeah, of course.
So deckhands and gunners are the main ones. You could do the cooking assistant if you are trying to find someone extra, and that's
right.
the ones that you're missing.
Right. So it would just be trying to replace like for like.
Yeah. And also, Barnabus could always do with some extra people in engineering if you can get any extra engineers.
I'll keep an eye open for them, but I would want to meet them because I want to bead on them. And the most important thing to the captain for the crew is it's not necessarily ability, because you can train people, you can show people. It's the wanting to do it and the loyalty aspect. They're the two.
Okay.
The two main. Whether you want us to do like a big bunch of insight rolls or whatever.
Yes, I will be.
Yeah, later on, then we can do that some other time.
It's up to you if you want to do that now and have the names ready for next time to discuss with the captain, or leave it for next time.
If you want. How many insight rolls would you like? And I can do them now, and then we can just leave them.
Oh, well, I think everyone will have to do an insight one to try and think who they would want, who could potentially be it.
And
As replacement.
it's Nick happy for having recommendations of people who we know,
Yeah.
or is it a case of he is more prioritizing going to the guilds and the contractors?
No, I would much rather have people that the crew know, because I know the crew. So if a member of the crew were to come to me, if they're a good standard member of the crew, then generally people flock together that are kind of like-minded. So I would much rather have that rather than go with a complete
So, Vicky and gentlemen, give me your roles.
How many would you like?
Each of you to do a roll, because this is stuff that you would know. Okay, I was not great. Stubbs. Feel like I should have given you all a.
Eddie's just like, I know a guy.
I haven't done one
Eddie
yet.
Eddie was thinking that he knew a guy, so.
Okay, Oswald, are you giving us one as well? Or are you just trying to lay back? Okay. Ooh, okay. Right.
Right, you don't need to tell me now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you've got the rules. And
I
then
kind of
you
feel
can
like I
do
should
that
have
in your
given
own-
you all advantage on it, because you think
Maybe
you...
we can do it again.
Yeah, and then I'll just keep a track of your highest rolls for next
Okay.
time.
Oh, that's mine then. Right, 24 is my highest.
Right, Nick. Right, where's... So, Nick, Lottie... 21. Nice, Lottie. Okay.
Quickly, purely out of interest.
Yep.
And Nick, please feel free to respond to this how you will. Is the length of time serving more? Is he going to? Is Nick going to take someone's recommendations more for someone who's been serving longer, or is that irrelevant?
No, that's irrelevant to Nick.
Okay.
he's
Stubbs, you
quite
didn't
a-
do your second one, did you?
Right, so Nick is as you can see, he's quite an insightful chap in reading people. So if you're on the crew to begin with, he's got a good bead, and he's got a good feel for you. So it doesn't matter.
Jim, you've only done one. Okay. You're just preoccupied with your girl being on the ship, I'm guessing. Right. Okay. Okay. So next time I will have little things for you all to consider, and it's up to what you tell the captain and
Yeah.
what decisions the captain makes.
Sounds good.
Yeah.